This is John Bankson, author of the Chaplin film location book, Silent Traces. Let's take a look at some of the places where Chaplin filmed his earliest movies. On Monday, January 5, 1914, a young English music hall entertainer named Charles Spencer Chaplin reported for work at the Keystone Studio, his first day on the job. Run by Max Sennett, the studio was founded in 1912 for the sole purpose of making comedies. Keystone launched the careers of many stars, including Mabel Normand and Roscoe Arbuckle. Chaplin first stood before a movie camera in the heart of downtown Los Angeles, amid the bustling trolley cars and horse-drawn wagons at the corner of First and Broadway by the former Los Angeles Times building. His first film was called Making a Living. By filming on location, Chaplin's movies not only tell a story, they also capture real-life places and events, recording history itself. Here, as Chaplin runs down Broadway, we see how it appeared in 1914. That's the former Broadway tunnel up the street and the corner of the Los Angeles Times building on the right. Atop Bunker Hill nearby, Charlie and Henry Lehrman fight at the corner of 4th and Grand. Behind Chaplin appears the sign for the Fremont Hotel. Further down 4th Street appears the Continental Building. Built in 1905, it remained the tallest commercial building in Los Angeles for over 50 years. Bunker Hill was completely demolished during the 1960s, and glass skyscrapers crowd the site today. Even so, the Continental Building still stands today in the distance. After completing Making a Living, his first week on the job, Chaplin spent that weekend in the nearby beach community of Venice, where he appeared on camera for the first time dressed as the Little Tramp. The film was called Kid Auto Races in Venice, which depicts a real-life go-kart race. The people watching this scene have absolutely no idea who Chaplin is. We first notice the Race Through the Clouds roller coaster in the background, once located on the former Venice Lagoon. Next, we see homes and apartments in the background, many of which are still standing. Nearly the entire movie was filmed at a single spot, only from different vantage points, at the corner of 2nd, now Main Street, and Westminster. The go-kart scenes were filmed from this corner, looking south towards the Venice Lagoon. These scenes look west towards the ocean, as cars race from Maine around the corner onto Westminster. In the background, we see the tennis courts of a small country club. Today, the club facility is now a public dog park. These scenes look north up Main Street from the corner of Westminster. A few buildings remain standing. Although the canals and roller coasters where Chaplin filmed have long since disappeared, traces of the Little Tramp's screen debut still stand today. Many street scenes from his favorite pastime were filmed at the outskirts of downtown, at the corner of Flower Street and West Pico. The former Christ Episcopal Church appears halfway up the street. Nothing remains of this location today, which sits near the modern Staples Sports and Convention Center. However, the trolley line up Flower Street is running once more as part of the Metro Blue Line light rail system. The original Los Angeles Chinatown was built in the 1880s due east of the Plaza de Los Angeles, where the city was founded in 1781. Chaplin filmed scenes for Caught in a Cabaret next to this Chinatown building at the west end of Appa Plaza Street. Chaplin also filmed scenes in front of the same building. This later scene was also filmed in Appa Plaza, a block further east. Chaplin returned to Chinatown to film scenes appearing in the short film Police and in his 1921 masterpiece, The Kid. The gas plants east of Chinatown are also where Chaplin filmed factory scenes for Modern Times. These aerial views show where Chaplin filmed his scenes in Chinatown. Although the Plaza de Los Angeles remains today, the original Chinatown was demolished to make way for the Union train station, which opened in 1939. A Busy Day takes place in Wilmington, near the Los Angeles harbor, across from Terminal Island, where Chaplin filmed waterfront scenes for Modern Times. Filmed on April 11, 1914, this movie captures another real-life event, a parade celebrating the expansion of Los Angeles Harbor, built to accommodate traffic from the Panama Canal, which opened later that summer. Looking up Avalon Boulevard, in the background stands the steeple of St. John's Episcopal Church, built in 1883. The church is still standing, relocated to a new site a mile away. Mabel's Busy Day and Gentlemen of Nerve were both filmed at the former Ascot Speedway, built in south central Los Angeles. The park was originally a horse racetrack. This photo shows the huge crowds that attended such race events. The former horse stables appear to the right of the main grandstand. This view from Gentlemen of Nerve shows the former stables. Echo Park is located a mile from downtown and just 5 blocks from the Keystone Studio. It first opened in 1895 and has appeared in dozens of Keystone comedies. It is most easily identified by the unique arched bridge leading to a small island. Although Chaplin likely filmed here several times, the distinctive bridge confirms that both Mabel's Married Life and 20 Minutes of Love were filmed at Echo Park. At some point, the original wooden bridge was rebuilt with steel. The bridge is now closed, so it is no longer possible to visit the island where many scenes were filmed. This satellite view shows the distinctive bridge and island at the north end of Echo Park Lake. Later in 1914, Chaplin and Marie Dressler starred together in Tilly's Punctured Romance, credited as being Hollywood's first feature-length comedy. Although Hollywood was still mostly rural at the time, its small commercial district, centered around Hollywood Boulevard and Cahuenga, appears in the film. The central building appearing in the background remains relatively unchanged today. Mabel Normand confronts Charlie and Marie at the corner of Hollywood and Cahuenga, a few feet from where the prior scene was filmed. Notice the woman with the full-length skirt in the background. The rebellious flapper era was still years away. These scenes were filmed on the front porch of the former Hollywood Hotel on Hollywood Boulevard at the corner of Highland. Built in 1903, it was the center of Hollywood social life for many years. Demolished in 1956, the hotel site is now home to an entertainment and retail center and the adjacent Kodak Theater, host venue for the annual Academy Award ceremonies. When Marie is led into the police station, the doorway used was actually next to the Keystone Studio entrance gate. Chaplin used the same doorway for the dentist office in Laughing Gas. Charlie meets Marie beside the front entrance gate to Castle Sans Souci, a whimsical palace once located in the Hollywood foothills on Argyle Avenue. These vintage postcards provide a closer view of the front of the home, where Charlie and Marie filmed other scenes. The Hollywood Freeway runs through the site today. The film concludes with a chase set at the end of the Abbot Kinney Pier in Venice, only a few blocks from where Kid Auto Races was filmed a few months before. Chaplin returned to this pier to film scenes for his early comedies By the Sea and The Adventurer, and for his feature comedy The Circus. Barely visible behind Charlie appears the distinctive minarets and domed roof of the Ocean Park bathhouse, long since demolished, and the Ocean View Hotel, still standing today. Returning to the Edendale neighborhood where it all began, we find that the primary filming stage of the Keystone Studio still stands today, now used as a public storage warehouse. Although much has changed over the passing decades, if we look closely, the silent traces of Chaplin's early footsteps still remain.